everybody. How are you today? What you eat in breakfast? ข้าวต้มข้าวต้มปลาข้าวมันไก่ Who are not eat breakfast before come to school ใครไม่ได้ทานอาหารเช้ามาโรงเรียนยกมือโอ้ในปามตื่นสายใช่ไหมสายครับ7 โมงครึ่งนอนกี่ทุ่มเมื่อคืนโอเค today I see your face everybody are so happy Are you happy? No. Yes or no? No. Why? ทำไมไม่มีความสุข
I'm serious about study.
About this test.
Because every subject are test you every day โดนสอบทุกวันใช่ไหมคะโอเคtoday biology subject are not test you but ask you for learn today แต่จะถามคุณบ้างนะคะที่เราเรียนมานะคะมันก็จะมีในเรื่องของเรื่องราวที่เกี่ยวกับเรานะคะเพราะฉะนั้นการเรียนในวิชานี้นะคะมันจะมีผลนะคะคือเรียนเกี่ยวกับตัวเราโอเคดีไม่ดี Good are not good for this subject
So good.
You are took it to use for life every day okay today are you ready for study about DNA structure who are ready for study about DNA structure show me your hand okay now I will teach you about DNA structure do you can see video about DNA structure and then you are think about video can you see and then you are write in your notebook about important this important index or content or every about DNA structure in video that you are see โอเคดูวิดีโออย่างตั้งใจนะคะแล้วก็พยายามดูคอนเซ็ปต์ดูเนื้อหานะคะแล้วก็จดสิ่งที่สำคัญเอาไว้นะคะ and then I will ask you about to see นะคะsomeone นะคะ someone will be to talk me about when you see video about DNA structure okay so you can see carefully you can see video carefully and think about this video okay
State it clearly.
Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, make sure to give us a thumbs up on YouTube and share it with your friends on Facebook or Twitter or wherever it is you happen to share stuff with your friends. Subscribe to us on YouTube if you want to see more videos. If you have any questions or comments, you can post those in the comment section.
DNA, also known as deoxyribonucleic acid, is a molecule. It's a bunch of atoms stuck together.
In the case of DNA, these atoms combine to form the shape of a long, spiraling ladder,
What is the
sort of like this one
meaning
here.
about DNA?
If you ever studied biology or saw the movie Jurassic
The
Park,
oxyribonucleic
you probably heard
acid.
that DNA acts as a blueprint or a recipe for a living thing. But how? How on earth can a mere molecule act as a blueprint for something as complex and wonderful as a tree, a dog, or a dinosaur? To help answer that question, let's first take a quick look at amino acids. Amino acids are tiny little chemicals inside our bodies that are so important, they're often referred to as the building blocks of life. There's about 20 different kinds, each with their own unique shape. The neat thing about them is they can be attached to each other kind of like Legos to produce an endless variety of larger particles known as proteins. Amino acids make up proteins. Proteins, along with other chemicals, combine to form living cells. Cells make up tissues. Tissues make up organs. And organs, when they're all put together and functioning, of course, combine to form living creatures like you and me. These proteins that make up our bodies, and keep in mind there's millions of different kinds of proteins, they each have to be formed in the perfect shape in order to function. If they're the wrong shape, they usually won't work. That's where DNA comes in. DNA does a lot of interesting things, some of which we don't fully understand, but one of its main and most well understood functions is to tell amino acids how to line up and form themselves into the perfect protein shapes. In theory, if the right proteins are built at the right time and in the right place, everything else from cells to organs to entire creatures will come out just fine. This here is a simplified model of DNA. It shows us that the steps of the ladder are made up of 4 different kinds of chemicals shown here by different colors and letters. If you look at just one half of the molecule, you can read its chemical sequence or genetic code from top to bottom, sort of like a book. A single strand of DNA is extremely long, millions of letters long. It spends most of its life coiled up like a noodle, living inside the nucleus or the centerpiece of a cell. Amino acids, however, live outside the nucleus in what's called the cytoplasm. To help DNA interact with the cytoplasm and convert those amino acids into proteins, special chemicals inside the nucleus make partial copies of the DNA code. These partial copies, called RNA, look a lot like DNA, but they're shorter, of course, and they're missing one of their sides. Their small shape and size allows them to fit through tiny pores in the nucleus, out to the cytoplasm, and into the mouth of another particle called a ribosome. Ribosomes are protein-building machines. They read the RNA code 3 letters at a time, suck amino acids out of their surroundings, and stick them together in a chain according to the RNA code. As the chain grows, it bends, it folds, and it sticks to itself to form a perfectly shaped protein. Every 3 letters of the RNA code tell the ribosome which of the 20 different kinds of amino acids should be added next. For example, CAA tells the ribosome to grab a glutamine, AGU tells it to grab a serine, and so on. Once a protein is built, it can then go on to do a number of different things, one of which could be to help form a brand new cell. So to answer the original question, what is DNA? DNA is a molecular blueprint for a living thing. How does it work? DNA creates RNA, RNA creates protein, proteins go on to form life. This entire process, as complicated, as sophisticated, as magical as it might seem, is entirely based in chemistry. It can be studied, it can be understood. I'm John Perry, and that's DNA stated clearly.
In the last part, we are the video about DNA structure. So, and I have a question, 2 or 3 questions for you. When I ask you, you can show your hand and say that you know about video. Okay?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Yes, okay. The one question. What is DNA in the full name? Stand up please. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Raise your hand. เก่งมากนะคะ Deoxyribonucleic acid นะคะคำถามต่อไป The second question. What is structure base for DNA?
ทางเตาของเราเนาะ
From DNA from a small unit, and so is continuously for a poly คือ very จากหน่วยเล็กๆก็จะกลายเป็นหน่วยใหญ่ๆ What is a small structure about DNA? You know?
คนนี้ยังจะได้ป่ะอยู่
What is a small unit of base unit พื้นฐานหน่วยพื้นฐานเล็กๆของ DNA ประกอบขึ้นด้วยหน่วยเล็กๆที่ประกอบไปด้วยหน่วยเล็กๆตัวนั้นที่ชื่อว่าอะไรนิวคลีโอไทด์อะมิโนแอซิดโอเคtwo things are very near good answer. I want another answer is for about structure DNA phosphate sugar base. What this we are called เราจะเรียกมันว่าอะไรหน่วยพื้นฐานที่มันมีฟอสเฟตชูการ์แล้วก็เบสหน่วยเล็กๆตัวนั้นชื่อว่าอะไร You know polymer not anybody know Why? Farm. Mr. Farm. What is a small unit? Is continue to a poly. And then is form is double helix. DNA. Okay. Is a unit a small unit when is for a continue or join it for along lines the base หรือว่าหน่วยพื้นฐานเล็กๆของdeoxyribonucleic acid is the nucleotide. You know, nucleotide. What is a compound form for a nucleotide? ส่วนประกอบของ nucleotide ประกอบไปด้วย sugar and phosphate and nitrogenous base because it's from to along lines. But in the last time you can study about DNA because a lot of science study about DNA. You can study for structure because it has two lights. So now you can study about it by แบบจำลองนะคะแบบจำลองnucleotide. You have one for one person for one thing one person for one model. You can study by yourself and then you are pair and think pair about the structure of nucleotide. When you study about it by yourself and then you can see your partner and think and share about it เข้าใจไหมคะเมื่อศึกษาด้วยตัวเราเองเสร็จนะคะให้เราจับคู่กับคู่ที่อยู่ข้างๆกันนะคะแล้วก็แชร์ความคิดกันในเรื่องของส่วนประกอบของ nucleotide and then you enjoy it for a long life คือสายยาวๆของมันนะคะโอเคนะคะ everybody in the last time you are study about nucleotide model for yourself and your partner. Okay. Now I want to teach you about DNA structure when it's joint and for a long life and structure for double helix. Okay. Now I want one person for I want volunteer one person for present about DNA structure. Okay. Show me your hand. Okay. Show me your hand. Here, please. And when you study about nucleotide structure, you can study and know about structure about nucleotide because they are from which what is a sugar base and phosphate group. Keep your hand. And then you can know about 3 prime or 5 prime about nucleotide is open. What's 3 prime? This one. What's 5 prime? This one. Okay. So when they are joint about DNA structure is double helix. You can see structure DNA from DNA model in here. Everybody see here please. See a model of DNA in here, and then you can see a structure about DNA. What isราวบันได ภาษาอังกฤษอะไรนะเอาเลย staircase what is a staircase is for this DNA is what is a compound about staircase for this model
Phosphate. Sugar.
what is a ขั้นบันได
Steer.
yeah complementary base pair okay what is complementary base pair this you know guanine cytosine and adenine thymine okay what how many complementary base pair for one หนึ่งรอบวันราวนับให้เพื่อนดู 1 2 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 okay one round 10 base pair base complementary base pair นะ between complementary base pair นะจะกว้างประมาณ 3.4 angstrom so that 10 complementary base pair are 34 angstrom okay you know you can remember about it because it's important for you study about DNA okay thank you for volunteer beautiful girl keep your hand for her okay.